since I was prepubescent. My life was bleak and hectic, indeed neglected. I never learned how to be connected. Sometimes I wish I became a crooked police detective, so I could reach into my brain and just delete the records. Treated less than by my dad, at least he feed and dressed them. My measly essence spent every week just cleaning messes. Hey dad, maybe later we could shut up, eat your breakfast. He said he loved me once, cause there's no need to readdress it. Egregious lessons taught me that I'm a nuisance. Don't know where I'd be if music never had an influence. Hearing songs that were rooted in the lack of inclusion, cause back as a student, that's what I student. I guess that was the blueprint to make me this way, and put all of this hate on display, instead of wasting away cradle to grave, or found in my bathtub filleted with a blade. I just pray that fortune really do favor the brave.
But I like me now, this is new. Wish I would stick around, but I don't get to choose. I like me now, this is new. Wish I would stick around, but I don't get to choose.
That audience, I'm not even cognizant. I think about what I fought against, and it raises my body temp, like my flight attempt to toggle my father's thoughtfulness. Impossible, like toddlers trying to topple an obelisk. And obviously all these atrocities just accumulate. Said I was shit, and now I'm just trying to prove I ain't. So we got a problem if you don't think that I'm truly great. I want all the static like ghosts trying to communicate. They sleeping on me like they bedridden. These the best writtens, y'all needed a spark. I'm the electrician. I'm seeing red like I'm set tripping. If you can't take the heat, stay about the chef's kitchen. My neck's itching, my foot's tapping, cause they just look past us. And acting okay with that shit really took practice. I wanna tap your shoulder just so that you look backwards and hit that pretty jaw with a hook, leave a good fracture. I wonder would natural causes be better than calling a reunion, just so I can share all these letters, just to set this shit on fire so we all die together. Cause every time I close my eyes, it is all I remember.
But I like me now, this is new. Wish I would stick around, but I don't get to choose. I like me now, this is new. Wish I would stick around, but I don't get to choose.
I'm about to blast off, I knew it when I wrote this. I could fly to space and leave Jupiter sliced open. Anything can happen if you just apply focus. I believe it so much, I might use it as my slogan. It's been a minute since I quit using them high doses, cause when you this broken, it's stupid to try coping. My own paranoia induces the psychosis, cause the true enemies usually hide closest. I'm cruising at night hoping I get hit with an epiphany, and it all snaps like I'm walking over sticks and leaves. And suddenly everybody treats me differently, but I'm not ignorant enough to live so blissfully. I do not live to please, I serve a higher purpose, and that's supplying earth with all these fire verses with the highest urgence. This is my resurgence, try to keep up, it'll fry your circuits. My coordinates, I was born in it. To list all the whores, I would need more minutes. I was sure that it's gonna be a short visit, cause he always takes, but I've never seen the Lord giveth. We were poor tenants, they used to torment us. They ate 4 dinners while we just pour Guinness. It isn't your business, but unfortunately we were raised by Academy Award winners. They adore Jenners and reality stars. We don't feel love till that reality's ours. But to be honest, man, I'd rather we starve than to always be in need of a battery charge. So drained and confused, chained to your views while you dangle your jewels and your lame interviews. It's strange, but it's true. Fame is a ruse if they ask what makes you happy and you can't even choose.
I got galaxies in my eyes, watch them flash. I'm not just a wish that you make when I pass. I'm not a moment, I'm not a wave. I am not what you knew me as yesterday. I got galaxies in my eyes, watch them flash. I'm not just a wish that you make when I pass.
Hello. Good morning. I just woke up like maybe an hour ago. So I look like a hot mess. So no camera today, and as well as that, I tried to get my camera working in the first place to see if I could do it with it, because obviously I want to have like an interpersonal, thing where I come back and I say hello face to face. But for some reason my lens is like not autofocusing, so I would just be a blurry mess anyways. But it is what it is. I'll try to fix it for next time. We'll see what happens. But what's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here. I know me going on a hiatus, coming back, getting everybody's hopes up, and then going on another hiatus probably left a sour taste in some people's mouth. I got so many messages, so many comments asking if I was dead. I wasn't dead, and it's kind of hard to explain. I just didn't feel good. Like, I got caught up in this loop of just doing the same thing every day, and I don't know, like the market was just moving sideways, and obviously like a part of my life is tied to the market. So people kept asking me, like, is it because the market's not doing what you want it to? And of course that has a role to play, but I've been doing this so long that if the market's being a little bit of a jokester on me, yeah, it hurts, but it doesn't affect me that bad. So, like I said, there's a lot of factors that played into like my emotional state around this time, and I don't know, I'm just trying to like claw my way out of it. It is what it is. I'm trying my best. Hopefully, like if I can force myself to get back on schedule, maybe it will help. So we're here. Go ahead and transfer over. Like I said, no camera today. Just gonna talk about the market, say hello to you guys, just be what it is. But I put some calls in the Discord today. I shouldn't say calls. My thoughts, more importantly. I took 2 trades past couple of days / weeks. Let me go ahead and turn down the music a little bit. A little bit loud on my side, but that could just be my problem. I'll just turn it down on my little mixer here. But I did take the short on BTC. Let's go ahead and bring up Bybit just to see where I got that at. And right now the account, if we go into like the derivatives section, I'm sitting at about 2,300. If I combine a little $50 here, 2,450. I did withdraw 1,000 for a particular reason. Not going to go into that, just to help someone out. But so I figured, hey, like I don't like to see that, and I really urge people not to do that if they can help it. But obviously there's points in time where like I was sitting on this quote unquote free money that we made from $1,000, and I figured someone else could use it a little bit better, so I went ahead and let them borrow it. Now, don't start hitting me up on Discord going, hey, can I borrow a little bit of money? Can I get some of that? It's, particular situations. So I figured I look at it as, one, helping somebody else out. That's always a good thing. As well as that, some people do like to practice that once you get your account far enough, you take out the initial investment. And from that point on, if you really mess up, at least you're not touching that initial investment. So technically, from now on, whatever we're sitting at, whether it's $100,000 or $4,000, I'm going to add that $1,000 when I'm talking about the account. So technically, we're sitting at $3,500, which I think is about $500 down from the last time that we talked. Just because the market's been brutal, and I think you guys will admit as well, it has not been a nice time. And it is what it is. There's always going to be a storm to weather at some point. The market's not always going to be your best friend. Sometimes there's those crazy things where we see like a single digit entry and we never see that again, and then it blasts off to the side that we want it to. But in this particular case, we got absolutely Rocky Balboa too many times to count. I think we did not end up making this trade right here. This little ABC, we traded it down. Now, one of the crucial things that happened during this period of time that really screwed me up was on Ethereum. We had a long position from right here, but unfortunately, my dumb ass, being out of practice so long using inverse perpetual, I took a short here and ended up closing out my long position. And then obviously I did have two opportunities to hop back into that, but I didn't take them for whatever reason, well, I don't know what to say to that. So we did miss out on this gargantuan long. Hopefully some people caught it, because obviously you guys aren't babies. You don't have to wait on my hands and feet to know what I'm going to do. But I get it. Not everybody could get it. But right now, at this very moment in time, I did take a entry on Ethereum and BTC. Now, that entry is cut up into two. And it's something that I kind of tested out a little bit ago. The main reason why I've kind of strayed away from this is I'm at a point now where I can kind of tiptoe my way around it and know if I'm going too far with it. But I do feel like a lot of people, when scaling entries, they're going to do it a completely opposite way. And it's definitely one of those things that can get away from you and cause you to do some really, really messed up things. And I'm talking about like revenge trading. So like, let's say you take a long entry here, and then without even a setup, you'll continuously go long, dragging your average entry down. That way you go, okay, we only have to come back up to here in order for me to, make profit and be in profit and, go forward. That's a two-edged sword. Obviously, yes, it can be effective, but at the same time, you can also use that as a coping mechanism for not taking a loss. And all you're doing is shoving more risk into a losing trade. So instead of, taking the long position here and then just taking longs as we go down, I'm kind of flipping it on its head. All right, we can see that we have a larger ABC structure here. And then within this C wave, we can see a decent, size for the C wave in particular. I'm not saying as a structure as a whole. We can see an ABC within that. Let me go ahead and move this over a little bit to the side and enlarge this just a little bit so you guys can see. So we have downtrend. You can see it stops right here, cuts into an uptrend, and then cuts into a downtrend. ABC. So we have a smaller ABC within a larger ABC, and we're not just taking entries to take entries. We are waiting for a double setup, and then we can use that to our advantage. It's not meaning that I'm just taking the single entry trade, and that's the only one. I'm cutting it up into two. So at 1443, I'm using 25% of the margin that I would use if it's a hold trade. And then if we get back above 1521, I'll enter with the other 75%. That would probably put my average entry somewhere closer to 1521, but still give me a little bit of extra leeway in terms of dipping back into the negatives. All right. So in order to do this, I did change a setting on inverse perpetual. and it's a very simple one. Up here in the top right corner, right above the isolated 15x, you're going to see a couple different icons here. The cog is what I clicked on, and then right here you'll see TP/SL preference, and then I changed that to on selected position. So essentially, if let's say you were up $100 on the first trade, and then you took the second, and then the second got stopped out, the second is not going to influence the contracts on the first trade, but your average entry will move up. So it's going to look like at some point, if it does not work out in your favor entirely, that you're losing money now. All right. But when you got stopped out on that secondary trade, some of the profits, so if you go look at your closed profit loss, you're actually getting stopped out in profit. Now, the reason why I say this might be a good idea is because if the larger structure is the one that we really want to take the entry upon anyways, is it a shame that our average entry is getting closer and closer and closer? So it gives you a slight, very slight buffer period, depending on the structure and what's all the details. Sometimes it might be a lot, sometimes it might be a little, but it's giving you that little bit of extra buffer in terms of loss. That way, if you get to the larger setup and you get stopped out 5 times and you had that buffer, maybe it's making sure that it's only similar to getting stopped out 2 times. You know what I'm saying? So just a little something that I'm going to try to do whenever possible. But as of right now, I am starting to be a little bit bullish, which kind of sucks because that was the crap position to be in over here. Now, I'm not entirely convinced. I do think Ethereum in particular can go down a bit more. Just my personal feelings about it is I would like to see an actual ABC structure here, and I would not mind it if it actually happens. The reason why I'm saying this is because every single bottom that we've had so far has been an Adam and an Eve. So I don't really expect a lower low. If it happens, obviously that's what we're attuned to doing, so it's going to be fine anyways. But we have an ABC structure. BTC in particular has already cut down pretty generously all the way down a little bit past the 0.382. Now, technically we can come all the way back down here and kind of like just do a rounded bottom over here, but I need to start preparing for the fact that this might be the bottom. All right. And I mean, this is the time to stack up. I mean, we're kind of past the bull market cycle. You pretty much have until like November 25th. Not November 25th. November of 2025 to pretty much stack up as much as you possibly can. Because that's when the next halvening is. All right, halvening is at 2024. But we usually don't see the actual dynamics of supply and demand come into the market to really put things into motion until about a year. Because the way like Bitcoin's been created, it really doesn't even need institutional money or like super, super large players in order to have that gradual rise in price. So obviously once those dynamics of supply and demand come into focus and the people that are just in the market in general start raising the price because of the halvening, that's when you start breaking some barriers, and then you get highlights, popping up on people's radars that have real money, and then they come step into the market and, try to play the market for maybe a year and then get absolutely smoked, and then, we do it all over again. So be patient. It's gonna be a long time, guys. It's not gonna happen super fast. So gradual gains, you have to put them into perspective. So let's say you started with 1,000 and you're up to 4,000, or maybe you start with 4,000, you're up to 5,000. You added 20% to your account. Now, if you don't mess up your account and your account just stays the same now, and we go up, 400%, you're now going to have what? $20,000 instead of, $16,000. So that gradual gain of $1,000 might equal 4,000, 5,000 in the future, depending on what the next bull market has in store for us. So be patient. Don't look for these gains to be astronomical right now. It's the compounding effect later on that's really going to take things to new heights. It's just, It's a marathon. But that's pretty much it. Guess we can just sit and chat for a little bit. I got some steaks in the sous vide. I've been trying out different times, different types of steaks. Still doing that. Right now I'm cooking flank steaks. I tried the traditional like hour and a half, 2 hour, but it was still like tough. So I tried 4 hour. Still, it was better. So right now, like around 8 hours is starting to be like, oh, this is actually like an amazing steak, especially for the price. That's the biggest thing. So right now they've been in there for like 13 hours, and I'm gonna try some out. I've been trying out a little different stuff. Been cutting it up, putting in some ramen, stuff like that. Trying to get fancy with it, as fancy as a dude my age can get. All right. Cutting up flank steak and ramen. Demo, you okay? How you doing? I'm doing pretty good, man. I've been doing a little bit better. I was kind of down and out for a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. I just didn't feel the same zest as I once was. Best tasting steaks or Scotch fillet. Yeah, like I'm just trying to find like the best price to performance, because for me, like I do want to find something that I can consistently cook and eat. And like I was ordering like tenderloin, and it's $35 a pound. But if I can like just obviously be patient and cook something a little bit longer, like a flank steak, and get similar results. I'm not saying like it's the same thing, definitely not. But if I can get similar results for a third of the price, I'd just rather do that. I definitely got to invest in a grill for sure. Because right now I just been searing them in a pan, which it's good, but definitely not that traditional steak experience. Only Joe T's worked with steaks. I gotta get another batch of those ordered. Whole Foods be charging too much, man. Like they make you buy one by one for like $2.50. It just doesn't make sense. Like just give me a 12-pack, cut me some slack. Let me check my Discord real quick, because someone messaged me a little bit ago. Asked a question. I was hoping they would hop in the stream so I can go ahead and answer their question. Can you show your trade setups? We kind of did. So here's Ethereum, pretty much written there for you. And then, actually no, that's BTC, my bad. And then we have BTC. Ethereum, my bad. I've got brain fog from waking up. I'm so sorry. Like I said, 1443, 25% margin, 1521, 75% margin. Right now, we're not sitting at too much of a... I did get a little bit of a late entry, because like I was typing up everything and like showing, like, marking up my charts to put into the Discord channel. And then I walked away for a little bit to go check on some stuff, and then the market just went boop, popped right up. So I was like, what? Are you kidding me? So, it's early morning. I gotta go take the little doggy out. I gotta, wake up, go do my thing. And then market just said, one last screw you before you get back on schedule. Hey, to be fair, like we did catch, not the top, but we caught the ABC top of these last couple setups. We made some good money. I came out with about $800 profit on Ethereum here, about half an ETH, and then on BTC, I think we walked away with like $300, $400. So we made some of our money back from getting absolutely brutalized by the market the past month or so. But I mean, I do kind of appreciate the market taking its time, because it's definitely building supports and resistances that are going to maintain for a little bit, which is exactly what we want for a bottom. Now, while we're at it, let's go take a look at the SPY and the US100. So, yeah, I mean, we talked about this for a very long time, and it seems to be working out quite well. So, we have the massive ABC structure, and like, this is the thing. Like, if you look at like what people are talking about, usually, what's the saying? All right, the herd is wrong 70% of the time. So like, you're seeing all of these YouTube videos that are talking about the Great Reset, the market's gonna crash, blah, 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 blah. And trust me, we all understand the absolute scheme that is going on before our eyes. And we know it has to end at some point. It just has to. But the people that do this stuff is pretty good. All right, they're gonna keep that system in place as long as they possibly can. So, I mean, you're seeing all of these freaking things talking about, oh, dump your stocks, blah, blah, everything's going to fall 50%. Why are we seeing this now? When we're if you're looking at the structure for yourself, what do you see? You see a beautiful correction structure that's working out healthily. The same thing that we saw at the 2008 financial crash. It's the same structure. So, yes, I mean, if you look at it as a whole, is it the most extreme pullback we've ever seen in the world? No, but it's 33%. On the global market. So, I mean, hey, all I'm saying is think for yourself. Don't just look at YouTube thumbnails and then decide what you're going to do with your life. I mean, come on. So, I mean, we had the larger ABC structure, which right now, that support, that local low has failed after getting retested right here. You can see we came back above it, came back down, retested it. Market was moving forward. So right now, it is failing. And this is what we kind of predicted. We didn't predict that this was going to hit and then all of a sudden we were going to go into another gigantic bull run. What I was proposing was that this is looking like a healthy bottom, especially right here, combined with the macro structure, and that we were going to see sideways price action, leveling out the market, and then maybe over time gradually hitting another parabolic curve. All right, now it's always thinking a couple steps ahead. All right, you want to complain about the Great Reset, blah, blah, blah. I get you. I understand. It's a very real thing. I'm not denying that. But, hey, why aren't you talking about the fact that once we do hit this bottom, then we might have something real to talk about here. We might have a gigantic ABC, and maybe this. This is what we should all be scared of. But for right now, we got a little bit more money to make. A little more time to prepare. And that's what I think everybody can take a breather and hope that is the truth. So, as of right now, I'm pretty psyched on the markets. Who is oh, I didn't even notice. I share this account with my friend just so that he doesn't have to buy a subscription to TradingView. And he has his own chart, and I didn't realize that I was using I didn't realize I was using his chart. He said Lily needs an RS7. Lily says his dog. But this is the SPY here. SPY, same exact structure. So I'm pretty bullish. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I don't agree with a lot of these thumbnails, a lot of these videos talking about everything is gonna crash. Eventually it will. You vote for a demise long enough, eventually you live to see it. That's all there is to it. If you just shout one thing from the rooftop, bound to be right, and then you can go, yeah, look at me, I was right. All right, it happens all the time to me. All right, we talk about shorts, and we short long enough, of course we hit a good short. But that's just the name of the game when it comes to the short-term trading that we do, even if it's a couple weeks of holding a trade at a time. It is what it is. You hope that monster short is enough to make up for your losses plus some. Now, unfortunately, this time I don't think it was enough to make up quite for the losses, but I'm glad to be back relatively where we were, and hopefully the market's kind to us going forward. And with me being a little bit more active, hopefully I won't miss some of these glaring setups, because that's the biggest thing that sets you apart from the rest. if you do miss those easy setups that can be big wins like we did on Ethereum, that could have been the deciding factor, whether or not we were in the positives right now. And of course, like, main thing, always look at the overall. We're in the positives. Okay. So, you know, we start with 1,000 and we've taken out that 1,000. It is what it is. Always count your blessings when it comes to trading, because it is not quick and easy, guys. Not quick and easy. Except for when the bull market hits and everybody's just absolutely rolling in dough, depending on who you are. And I can't wait for that day to come again, but that's gonna be, you know, I'll be 25. I don't know what my life's gonna look like right there. So we'll keep on kicking in the meantime. Goji or Goji. Welcome back. I'm still struggling when deciding to take profits. I have a short going, the same as you on BTC. Now, are you bullish? Would you take profit now? I took profit at the 0.5, 0.382 area. So I'm already out of BTC. As you can see here, I'm in longs right now. Now, those are partial longs. That's not full. Just decide for yourself. So, you know, I know I flip-flop back and forth, and it's just because I'm not set in stone. I'm still trying to figure out what the best way is to proceed with this pretty much for forever. And I'm doing trial and errors and just kind of, you know, fat finger basically. What is the best option for me? Because the best option might not always be the most profitable. Because if you want this to be a single person job and not have an entire team behind you helping you, then you have to find something that is profitable, but yet is methodical and something that you can do day to day. And, you know, still trying to figure out what the best is for me. Obviously, I have a lot more time to devote to charts than most people, so mine might be different than yours. So if I'm deciding to hedge my profits instead of taking profit, I don't want you to just follow in my footsteps just because I'm doing it. Look at what's the best for you. If you don't have time to sit there and wait and just continuously look at charts, you know, maybe you get sidetracked for a couple days. Like I said, that can be the deciding factor whether or not you're breaking even or in profit. So obviously the traditional way that we've done it in the past is we take the structure that is involved with the drop. So I caught this top in particular, I believe, not the very tippy top here. So I looked at this as a whole. Obviously, wherever this ABC top is, I take the entire structure. Obviously, this is the one right here. And I aim for like the 0.5, 0.382 area if I just want to take profits and forget about it. So I took profits, I think, right here, somewhere around there. But like I said, if you don't like that system, there's always the option of, all right, you have a short going from here. If you like, this is the thing. If you honestly think that we're going to drop further, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We all have differing opinions in the market, and I don't want mine to be the end all be all. So if you think it's going to drop further, say put in a lower low than 17,200, absolutely fine with that. But once again, you need to be able to make sure that you have enough margin left over to hedge this glaring ABC in your face. All right. So if we happen to come back about this line, you need to have enough margin left over to take this long while holding your short. That way, if you are wrong, you can go ahead and let the market kind of balance out. Basically, it locks in the profits from your short if you have a 1-to-1 ratio on your long. Now, that's the thing. Hedging shorts is actually a lot better, in my opinion, than hedging longs. All right, because you will have to use more margin on your short because of the way shorts versus longs work. All right, let's say we're at $200 and we go to 300. All right, on a long, 200 to 300 is 50% gain. Okay, on a short, 300 to 200 is a 33% loss. So if you're both on 10x and it was a 1-to-1 ratio to start, the short is going to fall behind at some point. Got me? So you will have to put more margin in on a short than you will have to do on a long. Eventually the long will catch up if you are using less margin. Now that's if you're doing much longer term trades. If you are doing shorter term trades, you're not really going to see that much. Maybe by a very few, like 0.5%, maybe 1%. But you're really not going to see that much. 66%, did I get that wrong? That's all right, Charles. No problem, man. Do you think we will make lower lows on BTC in this circle? Me in particular, no. I don't think so. Just because of how every single other bottom has worked out in BTC. Whenever we see kind of the same, because we're like in the middle of the structure right here. So let me go to a daily, maybe a 2-day. So every bottom has been basically V-shaped recovery, rounded bottom, creates a horizontal line, blast off. Right here. We have V-shaped recovery, rounded bottom, horizontal resistance. So you can see it never puts in a lower low. Now, during the bull market, that's when we see these traditional pullbacks that we love to see. As we get closer and closer to the top and things get more volatile, they start to shorten up. But you can see very clear as day. This one was kind of insane, but we can discount that. We can even use that lower one there. So during pushes, that's when we see the more volatile lower low trying to fake people out. But during the consolidation phase, where not a lot of people are really staring at the market, there's not a whole lot of volume going on to really push things in a particular manner. That's when we see the more slow, gradual, not lower low. Over here as well. I mean, we can go back. I mean, this is like 2013, man. So, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. And regardless of if it's a gigantic structure or a smaller structure like we had in 2018, 2019, it's always been the same exact thing over and over and over and over again. So, I mean, yeah, past results don't indicate future ones, but I mean, come on, it's kind of hard to deny. So, I mean, obviously that's my bias. As a trader, we adapt to whatever the market hands us. It is what it is. If it happens, not as we expected. But that is the main reason why I'm taking profit right now and preparing for maybe the long, like the long, the one that can really kickstart an account. And then hopefully we get some sort of indication to either hedge it or take profit at a much later date. And then we can short that down, and hopefully this turns into V-shaped recovery, rounded bottom over time. And then, yeah, so hopefully we can maybe short this top, long this bottom. That's obviously the end goal, but if that happens exactly to plan, I doubt it. But obviously we are always trying to adapt to what the market throws our way. Mr. Man, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Crypto Rick, I'm good to be back, man. Like I said, I mean, I say this every time I come back. There's no promises on the schedule or anything like that, but trust me, I'm trying to be there as much for you guys as I am there for myself, which I'm not there for myself a lot of the time. I don't know, man. It's like my life has been such a blessing and a curse, all wrapped up in one. You know, like I got lucky enough to stumble into crypto at a young age, and obviously I did the right thing. And I put the effort into it, and it paid off tremendously. And it put me in a situation where, from that tremendous effort, I could be tremendously lazy because now I don't have to wake up for a job. I don't have to answer to anybody. The only person I have to answer to is myself, and self-accountability is it's a struggle, man, especially for me. And I know it's a bitch thing to say, but it's a process, man. I'm trying. And then life throws you curveballs along the way, puts you in a little bit of a slump. And when you combine that with your already lack of discipline, you just sit on the couch and waste away. Right now, my account is sitting at $2,400. I withdrew $1,000. So in total, we're sitting at about 3,500, 3,400, 34,000, 3,450. My bad. So like I said, last time we talked, I think I was sitting at about $4,000 even. So I'm still definitely down from that point in time because the market's been brutal, but we had some really good trades on this short setup, and hopefully this long setup or any future long setup doesn't hurt us too much, and we can get back in the game, start making those gains. I'm super excited for these steaks. I don't know if anybody's tried them. All right, so like I know a lot of people aren't big like top ramen fans. All right, like the little square ramen. That's like 60 cents a packet. Those are like a staple of my childhood. But Niacin or Nissan or niacin, which is a poison, makes these like hot and spicy cups where like the ramen comes in a circle, and like you pay like $1.40 more, but they are like such an upgrade, it's ridiculous. I don't cook them in the microwave, I cook them on the stove, and I'm just telling you guys, if you guys haven't tried them, they're absolutely, if you guys like spicy stuff, they're absolutely fantastic. So if you're trying to save a little bit of money, during the crypto winter, you don't have to go all crazy with the top ramen. Treat yourself sometimes. Get the get that extra $1.40. Also, during my wasting away on the couch time, I watched a series on Netflix that just came out, and I'm telling you guys to watch this, one, because it's a good series and I want you guys to enjoy it. But at the same time, I'm leveraging my my reach here. So like what ends up happening is a lot of the times I'll like a TV show that's really, really good, and then like it will get canceled because not enough people watched it. All right, so I'm hopefully like I'm impacting that decision whether or not they renew season 2. But it's Sandman on Netflix, and it's super good. It's like based off of the DC comics, not like superheroes and all that, but more like John Constantine, different realms, hell, stuff like that. It's a really good series. Should give it a watch. Thoughts on Andrew Tate? He got famous and got banned while you're away. Dude, like, listen, man, like, I'm all for, like, people just being who they are. Because, like, here's the thing. I'd rather have someone be who they are so that I know to stay away from them than to, like, put on a face. And, you know, try to get, you know, a massive following and then switch up on you out of nowhere. So I'm glad the dude's honest. I don't really like, I just don't like his demeanor, me personally. Like, I know some people like that whole, like, you know, I'm the best, blah, 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 like DJ Khaled. I'm just not with it. I'm just not. And, like, the thing that pissed me off, dude, was I deleted TikTok because I didn't want, you know, like, obviously TikTok's, like, super invasive. It's, like, hacking into everything you have. So I was like, all right, maybe it's time to get rid of TikTok. Maybe to help my mental state, too. So I'm like, obviously I try to find an alternative, like a drug addict. So I go to YouTube Shorts. And, like, I don't know what it is, but every single short on YouTube, like, every 1-to-2 ratio was Andrew Tate. And every single time I would click the little, like, I would go out of my way to click, like, the 3 little dots and go, don't show me this dude anymore. And he still just keeps popping up like a virus that I can't get rid of. You know? It's like I said, man, I got nothing against the dude. I don't really care what he's got going on. It's just the simple fact, like, I don't want to see this man, and he's everywhere. He's in every single, like, you know, news title talking about him getting banned off of Instagram. He's in every single TikTok. I just don't want it. Take it away from me. Get him out of my life. He's even entered my sacred realm of my YouTube chat. That's not against you, man, for asking the question, but the fact that you had to bring him up, this has been an ongoing thing. I feel like I'm schizophrenic, and my schizophrenic demon is Andrew Tate. Like I'm in Fight Club, except it's Andrew Tate, and that's a nightmare. God. I'm a top G, dude. I've been working towards this goal all my life. Thank you. Life just been weird, man. Like, just weird things just everywhere. Like, I'm about to ditch technology and just, like, convert a Game Boy to trade with. You know? Just live in a shack somewhere. Like, even my LG app for my air conditioner shows me cookie recipes. Why do I need that? I just want to be able to control my air conditioner, and it's trying to make me fat. I think we've gone too far. That's all I'm saying. Either way, I agree with you. Free speech all day. All right, if you want to talk a certain way and you attract a certain group, I absolutely agree with that. There's always someone there out there for you. But the simple fact that I can't get rid of him, all right, if I don't want to see him, I don't want to see him. All right, I'm not going to try to cancel him by any means, but I just don't want him on my YouTube. I want things that I enjoy on my YouTube. You try to get away from Andrew Tate and you just end up getting your heart rate up talking about him. The man's a menace. He's figured out. He really has cracked the Matrix. It's ridiculous. Yeah, we were talking about it. We got it charted out. Like I said, I'm inserting 25% margin at 1443, which we didn't catch that entry exactly by any means. 1472 is where I got my entry at. And then I'm going to be adding the other 75% of margin once we surpass 1523. And actually, while I'm at it, talking about being lazy, let me go ahead and set those conditionals up real quick. We'll do 1525. And then let me go ahead and get my little handy dandy calculator out here. I spent about setting at 2,400. I feel like this is out of whack. I think this was 6%. Yeah, so let me 2160 times point. That's 540. Okay. So 2160 times 0.75. 1620. 1620. Fly along. That up. And we'll do the same for BTC. Wanted to stop. I feel like he is single-handedly ruined my mental health as well. $27 for There we go. Not being lazy. This is a case I walk away for 2.5 seconds and the market explodes on us, as it tends to do. Good morning. To you as well, Mr. Crypto Redbot. Yeah, I've been waking up pretty early. Yesterday I woke up at 7. Day before that I was waking up at like 5. It's probably like another week or two until my schedule round robins to the point where like you flip that on its head. Yeah, if I do stream, the streams are probably going to be in the morning. That's when I'm, the most there and more willing to be energetic. So I guess look out for me anywhere from like 8 a.m. to like 11 a.m. And it works out quite well because I've been playing games on the computer, playing with some friends, and once they all log on and we get to talking, obviously it's kind of hard to peel away from that to come stream. So like during the morning time when everybody's off at work and stuff, it gives me time to myself, and hopefully I can dedicate more of that to the streams. And although it has been scarce, I've been keeping the Discord updated with my moves, and even though sometimes they might lag a little bit behind, because obviously I'm not gonna ever stray away from that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I just gotta start snowballing a little bit. Maybe go outside, walk for 10 minutes next week. Try 20 minutes. And then eventually start walking 72-hour marathons like David Goggins. Is this the return of Kite? Not even Kite knows that answer, man. I'm sorry. It's like the song that I played at the very beginning, really rings true. Like, I like me now. I wish I'd stick around, but I don't get to choose. Like, I feel like that sometimes. Like, sometimes like a version of yourself comes along, and like you're like, oh, this is like the most optimal version of myself yet. And then all of a sudden that person disappears. it's a weird feeling to put it like that, but that's what it feels like sometimes. Evil Roy, I'm sorry to make you feel like you're in an abusive relationship. I don't know, man. Did it work? You know? A little like, I give you love, I pull back. And you're like, where'd the love go? Did I do something wrong? And then I come back, and you're like, oh, he loves me. It's not like that, man. I don't know. You know, it's just, sometimes you just kind of have to chillax. Too much chillaxing is bad for you, though. Which, I'm getting to that point, so. It worked. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. In the morning, you're supposedly more switch on with brain activity. I don't know, man. Like, I don't think like my years at school taught me anything like that. I feel like in the morning time, I just ain't there. Not until like maybe, you know, like, 11 a.m. Like, let's say you wake up at like 6:30 for school, you know? I feel like 11 a.m. is when I'm actually awake. Other than that, it's just autopilot. Nice to see you back. I think you dropped this. What? I know. I believe you're talking about all the steaks that I sous vide, but that is just an AO statement right there. Crypto Junkie, welcome back, Kite. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, everybody has their own time, or what's called the circadian rhythm. We're lethargic. I don't know what that word is. Oh, you catch that flow state where you don't feel like you're adrenaline. Yeah. I gotta find some like fun like browser mini games so that when we're on here streaming, and they're not just staring at a chart and kind of switch back and forth. I don't know of any good ones. Like back when I was a kid, I would play like 2048, but I feel like once you learn the trick, like you're just kind of like brain dead game. I know Wordly was one that people were playing, but I'm gonna hop off here pretty shortly, maybe 5-10 minutes. Cook up some steaks. Just kind of see what the day's gonna be. Gotta clean up my room, most importantly. There's boxes everywhere because I've been trying to like figure out some PC problems. Partly the reason, because I did want to come back about a week ago, but I've been swapping computer parts in and out and doing like fresh Windows reinstalls. So like I ended up having OBS and all my software deleted. So it was kind of hard for me to just like hop right back on. Haven't really fixed those problems quite yet, but it's just weird. I just feel like I'm not getting the performance out of my PC that I should. Obviously, like regular stuff like going around the browser or like opening files, of course, that's great. And I know a lot of people don't care, but like my gaming performance, not that good. That's a huge part of my life. So just trying to get the money that I paid for my computer out of it. Could always go to mini clips and play some other load. I don't know. Also, someone asked a question at the very beginning of the stream. I doubt they're still here. If so, grateful. They asked like, how do I play music on my streams and monetize? I don't monetize. I feel like it's more important to have a representation of myself on my streams than the money that's involved. Maybe like in the future, if the streams really got to a point where I can't ignore the financial side, if I did monetize it, because as long as like I'm not like selling my soul and putting advertisements in my stream to stuff that I don't care about, I feel like throwing an advertisement at the beginning of the stream isn't a sin. But right now, like if I did monetize every single video, I think I might make $20, which to some people that could be like, you know, a really good amount, because especially if you're posting 5 times a week, that's $400 a month, minus taxes, you know, maybe $335. But to me, I rather, you know, take that hit of money and then be able to, you know, just be who I want to be. I feel like that's a lot more important at this point in time than money ever will be. So that's my word of advice, you know. Are you still mining? Flux has been doing well lately. I won't lie to you, that computer has been kind of sitting over on the shelf for a little bit. Because I was using it as a test bed to compare results for my current PC, trying to get everything tuned up. Eventually I will plug it back in and get everything back set up. But once again, terribly lazy. And right now I feel like we're not, you know, missing out on too much. What are you gonna mine when ETH is no longer proof of work? I mean, that's to be determined. Obviously Flux for my particular system is a really good one, but who knows what Flux, you know, how Flux will perform. We definitely have to see what takes the place of Ethereum in terms of the most profitable proof of work coin. It's hard because Ethereum was directly set up to entice miners. It's part of the reason why Ethereum did so well in the first place. If you give people an incentive to come to your platform, obviously they're going to spread the word about that platform because they have a vested interest in it. It's basically the Andrew Tate method. All right. He convinces people that they're going to get rich quick and become top G. And then they sign up for his Discord server. And then he goes, you know, like you'll get like, I think he does like a discount on his courses if you post video clips for him. It's essentially like that's what an ETH was. Like you sign up for ETH's Discord server, and then if you spread it by word of mouth, you basically make more money that way, or save money that way. Because then the coin blows up, and then you're making so much money from mining. You know, it is what it is. Anton, first off, you've been here a very long time. I appreciate you. Like I said, I'm gonna try, man, but I'm going day by day, you know. Could you please check Indian share mine tree BSE for short and long? Is BSE the ticker? I'm assuming so, because that is India right there. All right, so we had a short position right here. You can see the market came down, came back up to retest, got rejected, fell shortly after. The next available long position seems to be right here. Now, me in particular, I just don't feel like from a higher time frame that this particular level is necessarily healthy. It just looks like all one trend right here. And then this is the break of trend. So if we do put in a lower low here, that might be good. Now on the lower time frames, you might want to watch out. So like, let's say we don't put in a lower low on the macro there, just like we might not on BTC. Maybe over time, you might have something like this. That might be something to look out for, and look for possibly like the double bottom. Then mine tree in particular. Okay. My bad, my bad. So from a larger macro perspective, your last available short position was right here. Your larger long position would be right here, which you can see we got rejected once. So you can either wait for it to get back above this level, and the next position you have to worry about is a short if we get rejected from here after putting in a higher high. But right now, in terms of long positions, obviously if we do happen to put in a lower low here, that would create kind of like an ABCA and then BC scenario. So like this would be our A, this would be our B, this would be our C, and this is just an ABC within that. But more likely, from what it looks like, is this all looks like a single trend coming down. So you want to look for the next break of trends. Like let's say we get down to this local low right here and the market has a bounce, right? I would be looking for something like that, just in case you don't happen to put in a lower low. You can take your position from here. All right, guys. I think I'm going to call it for today. We've been live for how long now? Oh, it doesn't tell me. Oh, an hour and 10 minutes. So I'm going to go cook some steaks and try to find something to watch on television. Like I said, if you guys want something to watch, go check out Sandman on Netflix. I thought it was really, really good, and I think it deserves a little bit more attention. Some people are saying the CGI sucks in it, but I'm like, what do you want? It's a Netflix TV show. And for what that entails, I think the CGI is fan-frickin-tastic. And it's the first season, too. Like, they don't even have a real budget. They're just testing the waters. Come on. Come on. So, all right, guys. I want to peace out. Hopefully, you guys have a good rest of your day. Hopefully, you guys did make a little bit of money on this short trade over the past couple of weeks. And hopefully this long has some give in it. I'm going to try to be here more often. That way it helps my mental state, as well as I'm there for you guys' support. And I truly do appreciate the fact that I can have a hiatus and come back, and there's so many people that are ready to just pick up where we left off. That is very amazing, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. So, all right, I'll see you in the next one. Might be tomorrow. Might be the next day. Might be next year. Just kidding. That was joke. That was joke. But yeah. I'm gonna be playing kind of a sad song on the outro today. And no, my dad's not dead. But hopefully that day does not come any soon. But this song is by Token. He's a guy that I've played in the past. Typically, he plays a lot more like raunchy, like in-your-face rap. But this song, after his dad died, it brought me to tears, man. I mean, like, you just can't help yourself. So, I just wanted to give it some attention just because it's a good song, not because anything bad happened. All right, guys. If you like it, it's called A Prayer by Token. And I'll see you guys shortly. Love you all. Right. Peace out, guys. Bye-bye. We can't do the stare thing. I forgot because there's no camera. But just now, I'm looking at you right in your face hole. Not in a weird way. In like a I'm here type way. Okay. Peace out. Have a good day.
Everyone telling me I'm just running from the truth still. I ain't running for nothing, I know the truth kill. I don't want pictures of you, I want the real one. I gotta sing it to feel it cause I don't feel none. They telling me I'm over obsessing about you, thinking that I'm just grieving and it'll pass soon. But I don't want it to pass, I don't want it to rest. I just want it to last, I don't want to forget. Why do I feel like it's someone trying to pull a cord on me? Why do I feel like your girlfriend knew you more than me? Why do I feel like when you left, I was brought with you? Why do I feel like any moment I'll get a call from you? I wrap my hand around that thing you got me. It made me strong without you. You put your arm around me, I put my arm around you. I hit that stage and now watch me say a prayer about you. I said a prayer about you. I said a prayer about you.
Happy birthday, dear Benji. Happy birthday, dear Benji. Happy birthday, dear Benji. Oh wait, we have everyone happy. Bye-bye.
Everyone telling me I'm just running from the truth still. I ain't running for nothing, I know the truth kill. I got so much regret and I don't know where I'm at. I don't know where to start and I'd rather fade to black. I see you in the mirror each time I look in there. Did I miss it before or did it just put it there? I keep thinking about the guitar you played for me, and all the songs you wrote and what you sang to me. Why do I feel like I'm so cold I don't even wanna move? Why do I feel like that your mom look at me like I'm you? Why do I feel like I just lost my #1 fan? I wanna talk about it, but you're the only one who'd understand.
It's Dad.
I wrap my hand around that thing you got me. It made me strong without you. You put your arm around me, I put my arm around you. I hit that stage and now watch me say a prayer about you. I said a prayer about you. I said a prayer about you.
Happy birthday, dear Benji. Happy birthday, dear Benji. Happy birthday, dear Benji.
Everyone telling me I'm just running from the truth still. I don't wanna run anymore, but I probably will. If I move like I don't believe it, I won't believe it. So if you see me by his apartment, you know the reason. I wanna meet with your girl again, but I can't pop, cause she gon' tell me another story, she don't stop. I know she hoping to help, but to make it hurt more, cause it just remind me of what I wasn't present for. Why do I feel like you never knew how much I'm just like you? You performing for the holiday, I do it just like you. Why do I feel like I gotta carry you wherever I'm seen? You better be up there saying my son loved me. He loved me. I wrap my hand around that thing you got me. It made me strong without you. You put your arm around me, I put my arm around you. I hit that stage and now watch me say a prayer about you. I said a prayer about you. I said a prayer about you.
Happy birthday, dear Benji. Happy birthday. Dear Benji. Bye-bye, sweetheart. Love you and proud of you. Very happy and grateful you're my son.